How I got started, I used to have a chain of nutrition stores located throughout the nation, and I did a lot of formulating for a number of different companies. They would come to me and say, hey, we want to put more and more product into your stores, help us out here, what will sell? So that's how I kind of got into formulating for a number of different companies. The problem that I had, though, was that every time I came up with a great formulation, they would come back at me and say, you know what, the formula is just too expensive. When I formulate a product, the first thing I do, of course, is my research, make sure that I come up with, a formula that's going to do exactly what it's supposed to do. The interesting thing is that my major in college was political science, history, and sociology, which had nothing to do with obviously formulating products. When I did get into the nutrition industry, and chain of events happened where I began being asked to formulate products for a number of different companies, that's when the real research started. And it's just very interesting because I've spent probably more time in a lab than people that went to college to specifically learn that have. I've spent so many hundreds, if not tens of thousands of hours in the lab over the last several years formulating these products. The whole concept between what I want to do and is something that nobody else does in the industry, which is actually make a product that does exactly what it's supposed to do. So there's always going to be barriers when you're an entrepreneur and you're working for yourself. The biggest barrier for me, obviously, in really this industry is money. It took me years to become an overnight success. I spent the last several years really busting my behind, doing every aspect of this business. The shipping department was me. The advertising department was me. All of the logo development and labels and so forth was me. Answering the phones was me. So where I could normally go out and hire somebody to do all this stuff, I did it myself. Worked 24/7, 7 days a week, and took all that money that I would be paying out and put it into product development. And slowly but surely, the wheels started turning. And when I got to the point where I just ran out of enough minutes and hours in the day, and the business was successful enough, that's when you hit a point where you can actually say, okay, now's the time where you can bring somebody in. So as far as advice to somebody wanting to build a successful supplement company, the most important thing is the work ethic. I've chosen to go about it by creating extremely high-end products. My margins are not as high as a lot of other companies, obviously, that are creating lower margin products, and not as high as people that are creating middle-of-the-road products. But that's just me. It doesn't mean that you can't be successful creating a basic line. If you're willing to put the time in and just go for it, you can do it. There's no real etched in stone rule as far as like what the products have to be, how they have to work, although I have a certain feeling about that. But the fact of the matter is that there's a number of ways to go about it, but you won't achieve success unless you're just constant and stay on top of it 100%.